Without further ado, in the bottom left, in the blue, give it up for the Terran from Team Envy. It is Bunny. And in the top right, in the red, it's the Protoss pieces from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. It is ZEST. Oh my goodness. So game number one, gonna start off on Jagannatha. This map, you know, it has been known for being one of the larger maps in the map pool. It's definitely a map that we have seen some more aggressive, quick games on. I think maybe because of the length of it, players feel like they can take advantage of that and just go across and try to kill their opponent before they can really build up. We do have these accelerator zones in the middle that allow units to move across quicker, so scouting, any kind of, you know, push across the map can be made quicker. And it's not just in the middle too. I mean, there's some on the sides as well, so definitely interesting. Already though, we see Bunny going into a supply depot with the barracks play, and it's gonna be a Marine first. Okay. This will allow him to actually get a factory quicker, and this will allow Bunny to, you know, essentially go up the tech tree if he really wants to, right? So, here we go. ZEST just going into the cybernetics core. He's got an expansion on the way, and no, okay. I was gonna say no expansion yet from Bunny, but he just now takes it. Gonna build it into the main base, which is the safer alternative. Allows him to complete that, and then eventually he will fly it over and, you know, start production that way. So, ZEST is one of those players, once again, that does like to do some of the similar like builds. Like this time he is going to be going into a Stargate opener. A lot of times though, he likes to open up Adept into the Twilight Council, get Blink, eventually work up to Storm, and then once he has a good number of Zealots, Archons, Storms, is when he likes to push across. But this time going to be opening up into that Stargate style. I imagine we will see Phoenix coming out from him. One that Phoenix is going to be nice to, you know, pick off some SCVs if he gets in and into the main base to harass, as well as later on in these engagements, if, you know, Terran goes into Cyclones, if he goes into tanks, he's going to be able to pick those up and, you know, deal things. So, first Adept did make its way across. Doesn't get a whole lot of damage. Just more or less poking. And actually surprised. He's going to be going into a Void Ray here. Shield battery is going to be coming down for some extra protection. And yeah, I mean, he's going into Adept Void Ray. This is interesting. So the Oracle comes in. We'll eventually get kind of taken care of here by the Cyclone, the Marines helping out. Gets 6 SCV kills, which is really good. Stim is on the way for the Terran. He's got tanks. He's got all of that. And behind this, finally a Twilight Council and additional gateways. So, really changing things up here. So 4 Adepts and a Void Ray gonna make their way across the map, putting on more pressure. Now, the Void Ray will be able to essentially take care of the Cyclone if he targets it down. And if he can catch this by surprise, he might be able to pick off a couple of Marines. But we do see SCVs being kind of wheeled around with this. This is going to allow him to heal up some of the tanks, eventually heal up the Cyclones and stuff like that. So just to help, since there are no medevacs at the moment. Second Void Ray is out. We do have Charge on the way. coming back to the shield batteries, and it does make it a little bit tougher. Now, the tank's going to be in a far enough position to where, you know, if ZEST decides to kind of move forward and pressure this, he's going to get taken out by the tank. He's going to throw down a bunker as well. And Bunny doing a good job of just focusing down the shield batteries, which allows him to be a little bit more effective. Overcharge has been activated, though, but these units are kind of out of range here. Cyclone going to be focusing down the Void Ray, but to be honest, like with the overcharge coming through, doesn't do as much damage. The second tank does come through at the other side. Nothing really going on, right? This is where all of his focus is for the time being. The Adepts did look like they wanted to kind of pick off some of the reinforcements, while the Zealots and stuff handled this front base. But to be honest, I like this for Bunny. I mean, he's going to come in with those tanks. They just get sieged up. Charge going to be coming through as the Void Rays activate their hyper beams, and will just begin to melt things. And this is just such a tough fight against the Protoss, but he is able to take care of the Zealots. Some more Zealots are going to warp in. Loses 5 SCVs to this, and with the second push, I think ZEST just breaks this. Yeah, I mean, the tank's not even going to be able to siege up. We will see that prismatic beam kind of coming off a cooldown very soon. And yeah, he's going to be able to kind of reset some of the ground army, but he doesn't have enough to deal with this air army. So, and with the second or third warp in, it's just not going to be good. GG's. ZEST takes game number 1. Alright, so last time we saw Bunny trying to be aggressive, doing basically a timing attack, but ZEST going for this Zealot Archon Void Ray kind of style. It almost feels like it counteracted it. The help of the overcharge really allowed ZEST to stay alive there, I feel. And so we will see in game number 2 here, do we see Bunny try the same strategy, or does he maybe play a little bit more defensively, or, you know, kind of not necessarily lackluster, but like just play back, right? Not play so aggressive, more passive. And the eBay coming down for the block. We do see a few probes coming to help with that. Oh, gonna throw down a second one. So annoying. Barracks is almost done. And yeah, I mean, eventually this gets canceled. Eventually it gets taken care of. SCV is killed. And now a Cybernetic core coming down, and finally ZEST will be able to take that expansion. It's still quicker than Bunny's, which will allow him to still get, you know, a little bit more of an economy going. Behind this, we do have that factory on the way for Bunny, and, you know, I haven't seen Bunny play for a while, so his strength so far seems to be okay, right? He's definitely opening up a little bit different. He's not opening up what we consider standard Terran, right? Not opening up into Widow Mines, not going like a couple of Marines with a Cyclone. He's playing, you know, his own kind of standard. And it's nothing bad, and it's actually a way that some Terrans open, but curious. Third base on the way. We do see the first Adept finally out for ZEST. Second Adept is on the way. It is going to be Twilight Council, so no Stargate as of now. I do imagine we'll see maybe some kind of Stalker push with Blink coming out from ZEST. Go. So ZEST's going to come over. We'll see that there is no expansion at the moment. And has to be worried, right? Did I say that was a third base? Oh my goodness, I am a delinquent. That is actually his natural. Starport on the way, and kind of an interesting strategy. We've seen this before, opening up into double Hellions, and then also have a Widow Mine for defense. And essentially, you want to try to roast up some of the probes, right? So we'll scout out, is there any kind of proxy around? Is there anything crazy going on? We will see. Alright, so Hellions is going around, gonna try to get on top of the Xel'Naga towers for map control. And really, they're just to allow him a little bit extra time for any kind of attack that's coming across. We do have Blink on the way, those additional gateways and robotics facility coming down. Bunny going into the Viking. There we go. Very nice. Able to kill off a couple of probes, does get some an adept. And now the Hellions coming into the main base. There is a shield battery, so not a lot of damage going to be done. Energy, I guess, will be taken care of, and finally we will see like a probe go down. So not the best damage, but I mean, I guess because he did get some of the energy reduction and stuff like that, and will force at least the probes to have to remake their shields and stuff. I mean, wasn't the best though. There we go. Now a third base on the way for Bunny. Gonna go into a Raven behind this, and kind of similar to the previous game. Now, Bunny does have the higher army count right now. A lot of that, though, is going to be into the Raven, the tank, the Cyclone. He adds on additional barracks, while ZEST has the worker advantage, right? Even after the attacks, even after the Widow Mines, he still retains that lead. And now we have the Observers coming through. Charges on the way. And the Templar Archives. There we go. So Storm will be on its way very soon. And it really gives Bunny this kind of ticking time bomb, as it were, of when he can attack before he's going to have to worry about that. Like, army-wise, I think what Bunny has could be what ZEST has at the moment, but we will see those additional gateways coming through. Right now, he's got 3 more on the way. Eventually, I think he goes up to like 8 or 9. So right now he's sitting at 5, so he could throw on another 3 or so and just start making a ton of High Templar and Zealots. It seems like that is what he will eventually do. Behind it, he is going to be making that the War Prism, adding on additional High Templar. Storm is halfway done. Charge is going to finish up, and now Bunny pushing across the map. Does end up turning back, though. I feel like he could have gotten a third. You'll see. Depots coming down. We do have those tanks just trying to siege up, knowing that there is an attack that is on its way, or very close at least. Stim, combat shields, and the +1 will be coming through for the Terran, whereas +1 is just started for the Protoss. That's gonna warp in some High Templar. Looks like he's gonna go for some storm drops. Oh no, he's not gonna see it. Oh no. Oh no. Actually, kind of a perfect opportunity here for ZEST. He's going to throw in 2 more High Templar into the War Prism. Eventually looking to go into the natural, drop some storms off, maybe even go into the main. And just try to ruin the economy here of Bunny, because Bunny's looking alright. Like, his army count's pretty good. Everything overall is looking good for him, but definitely a scary sight to behold. Tanks are in position. Another scan does go down. We'll be able to at least pick off the Zealot. And here we go, as it looks like ZEST going to go into the natural now with those High Templar, and the Storms drops them down. And there we go. Storm's just going to start wrecking. Does only kill off 3 SCVs though. The Zealot will help out with this. Gets a total of 6, and he still has enough storms to actually go into the main as well. But it looks like Bunny going to start going across the map. Wants to at least put on some pressure, maybe even kill off some things. The Viking though forces the recall from the Warp Prism. Gets out of there alive. And we will see another pickup of High Templar. Immortal Stalkers coming through as he looks like he wants to push in towards the third base of Bunny. Bunny definitely in some trouble now. He's ahead in army supply and ahead in worker, so everything is looking pretty good. He does have +2 on the way. But with the tanks unsieging, this could spell disaster. Oh no. He's going to go across the map. Oh no, here comes Bunny. Or excuse me, here comes ZEST. Going to activate the Guardian Shields. Storm's going down onto the top of the army. The army here of Bunny not able to split that well. We do have those Widow Mines going down to try to get some kind of damage. But the army of ZEST gets out of range a little bit too quickly. The Immortals will be pushed back. And yeah, he got anti-armor missile there. But overall, looking good for ZEST. Well, I gotta say, like, ZEST is floating quite a bit. Bunny is almost maxed out, and he does have +2 getting ready to finish up. But I don't know, this army from ZEST just looks very scary. Charge, gonna get on top of the tanks. One of the Widow Mines does go off onto these Zealots, but now nothing really here. Storm's gonna go off, and really will at least force the splits coming out from Bunny. Bunny making more ghosts, making more units here. But the Zealots getting on top of the army of ZEST. Storm's going down on top of the ghosts. The Immortals just dealing more damage. A huge warp in here of Zealots going to go down as the third base looking like it's going to go down. The armory will go down as well. In what was looking like a good Bunny game, now looking in favor here of ZEST. 145 supply to 100. And yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to kill off that fourth base. 24 SCVs do go down. And now, I mean, ZEST even has more gas, more minerals to spare, as he is going to warp in some more units. He's got those disruptors on the way, looking to go towards the third base now. This is just not looking good. Unfortunately, Bunny just does not have a whole lot of army here. And here we go. GG will be called as ZEST takes game number 2. So, ZEST just playing very dominantly. Like, the storms have been so crucial for him. And, you know, honestly, I think if Bunny had not unsieged and moved into the area that he was at, may have had a little bit of an opportunity to come back, or at least to defend for the moment. It's still like a really weird choke point because, you know, this map, obviously there's a lot more space, but it's kind of like this like little space where he already had a whole bunch of depots and blocked off like half of a movement around. So it just, it's so tough to deal with Storm with that. Like, and he had Ghosts on the way. He just didn't have any out, so he couldn't EMP or do anything of the sort. Maybe that would have went into his favor. Unfortunately, it did not. Bunny gonna go for the eBay block once again. And this time, just one. Not going into 2. It is going to be a Marine instead of a Reaper as he goes into the reactor play. I'm just trying to think like what Bunny could do differently, because ZEST is playing a really good game so far, a really good series. And he's not getting cheeky, he's not getting too aggressive. He's just doing these, you know, timing attacks essentially. Even going into the disruptor follow-up and stuff has just been so good for him. ZEST does finally take that expansion. We do actually see an expansion coming down from Bunny. He's you know, doing this thing where he just builds it into the main, and again, it's very safe especially if the Protoss does decide to get aggressive with a Stalker, with an Adept. He's still going to be able to finish building that without having to worry about it getting canceled or anything like that. So, very nice. The Adept going to come up to the main base, and these Marines will be able to eventually just kind of start putting on some pressure. The Adept will shade out, but will he be able to complete the shade in time? No, he does not. So good pick up there from Bunny. Okay, I was going to say, how the heck did he survive? No, second Adept does come over. Will not be able to get in. Let's finish the shade. The Marines already kind of in position now, so not that worried. Expansion going to make its way out. And another Adept. Interesting. So definitely looks like ZEST wants to get aggressive this game. Making a Stalker, he's already added on 2 more gateways, make it a total of 3. He's got the expansion, he's got Warp Gate coming through now. And going into the Stalkers, he's got 3 Stalkers on the way. Stim is on the way though for the Terran, combat shields and +1. Gonna throw in some missile turrets. This actually completed those. I guess maybe it's there just in case. But definitely ZEST looking to get gruesome. He's got Twilight Council on the way to be able to get Blink, get Charge. And yeah, I mean, really all Bunny has is some Stalker, or excuse me, is some Marines. And unfortunately, Stalkers can outrange Marines without Stim. Now, once Stim gets done, he can get on top of the Stalkers a little bit better. But he also doesn't have concussive shells, so ZEST is going to start going on to the natural. The Marines and Marauders just trying to get into a good position. There is a pylon up to the top where the warpins are happening. And he's going to try to save the CC here. But I don't know if that's his biggest worry right now. Yeah, ZEST is going to continue to push and push and push. It looks like he might be able to get it. Stim is now done though, so he's going to be able to get on top of some of the SCVs. Or excuse me, some of the Stalkers. But each Stim is costing him more and more life. Does not have the medevacs, and the thing too is like he doesn't. He's stemmed like 3 times, so these Marines and stuff are very, very low. SCV is going to come back. He doesn't have the income to really heal this up. Okay, he is able to finally kind of get it taken care of. Blink on the way. Stalkers will be able to push this back once more, as it is going to be just kind of a 3 racks opening here from Bunny, but this is just not looking good for him. The SCV is trying to get on top of the Stalkers. Blink is about so many seconds away, but it's not going to matter. And we're going to see the GG